Hello, and welcome back to Tales from the Souls. So, what have we got this week? Duke's Archives Invasion, and you always know it's a good one when you spawn in. Now, I'd actually fought this gank a few times previously, and I'd been taken apart a few times previously, but none of them were particularly good. So, I'm using the Dark Mage build with a Moonlight Greatsword as the main weapon. Just then I dark fogged them to try and mix it up a bit, try and get them to not camp up there. Little did I know that they were quite happy to come down here. So now it's time to leg it away and just try and get a Healy off. Because in many situations in this game you need to properly run away from people to be able to heal. Just then I punched the wall because I'd forgotten that I put my catalyst away. Genius move. Pop the pursuers back on. Now they're all, for some reason, they all jump onto the lift except for this one guy, and I don't fancy this naked dude's chances against me. Indeed, he took one dark bead and then 2 swings from the Moonlight Greatsword to be taken out of the picture. So, for the first time against this gank, there's hope. I'm confident. Try and bring them back down. I'm thinking I'm going to dark fog them, but then something goes horribly wrong. I pop my pursuers on right quick, and then I start taking dark beads and crystal soul masses or whatever it is to the face. All sorts. It's all gone hideously wrong. So I'm lucky here because I'm getting pounded with magic, but luckily my magic defense is quite high because my intelligence is quite high. I think that's a factor in there. Managed to take out the white phantom with a dark bead there, but not before getting pancaked by Giant Dad. But I fancy my chances against Giant Dad. Just then I tried to backstep, sort of lazy-oly, to backstab the Giant Dad, but it just wasn't happening. Tried to get a quick pivot on the Phantom then, didn't get it. Didn't get the backstab there, didn't get the backstab there. One more try, didn't get the backstab there. Fair enough. So he is panic rolling though, so I knew I would be able to chase him down. And now it's just Giant Dad left, and he's run straight back to the bonfire looking for the signs. He is desperate for those signs. And what many of you have probably found so far is Giant Dads are pretty fucking useless in this game. Just as Zweihander's so slow. Doesn't matter what happens during the last few moments of that guy's life. Not an issue. But yeah, nice little spank in the archives. I enjoyed it immensely because I'd been ganked by them so many times. Clip number 2. Dark Wizard again in the Catacombs. This one is full of oddities. So, running away from these guys, I'm taking a bit of a pounding from the mage, get a backstab on the Phantom, but just pay attention to the doorway there. There is a second Phantom hanging out up there. I knew that going in. Oh, and there he is. Just teleports from the doorway to over there. Just as is his wont. Why not? Now that Phantom's acting really bizarrely because he's still stood way over there. He's not bothering to engage. The host and the other Phantom are going spare. So I'm thinking at this point, well, where the hell is he on the map? He could be anywhere if he's teleporting like that, which will be awful, but I think we'll deal with that when we get to it. I've got bigger fish to fry right now. This host and this Phantom, for example. See, still stood at the back there, not an issue. I start here. I've killed one of the whites, which is good. That guy starts swinging, which worries me. And then I take a bunch of dragon breath to the face, which is clever. I figure it out here and start rolling correctly. Well done, GG me. Phantom still stood there, not a care in the world, looking at his host now. Well, what? Then just a teleport. Why would he do that? Now, I'm thinking, okay, well, let's get rid of this Phantom if we can. My connection with him seems to be good enough that I can backstab him, but he's taking no damage. So what does this mean? So at this point, I sort of think to myself, well, forget about this Phantom. But then, when I watch the clip back, if we rewind to the very start of the clip where both Phantoms were alive, I think what's gone on here is even more freaky, even more Twilight Zone than I ever possibly could have imagined. I'm looking at the fact that both Phantoms are wearing the exact same fashion. Both are using what seems to be an electric claymore, or a lightning claymore even. Both have Silver Knight shields. I think what's happened is the two phantoms helping this guy are one and the same phantom, but for whatever reason, they've split like something out of Star Trek. So one of them's died, which means I think this one, the reason he's taking no damage at this point when I'm backstabbing him is because he's already dead. He died ages ago. And now he's still there for me, but I think the host can't see him because now the host starts running. As soon as I start to challenge the host, I don't know what the host thought I was doing, but he suddenly starts giving it legs. And he's a little bit laggy as well, but nothing that I haven't seen before. But that's insane. Twin phantoms, it's madness. I just want you to pay attention now. This is the final throws, this host, his last desperate attempt to get me off him. He runs into this corridor where the camera goes really close behind you. That was quite cool. The dragon breath went up the side there. That was quite awesome. So he's using a Moonlight Greatsword as well. It's a mirror match. Fine, fair enough. I try and parry it. I fail abysmally. This is a horrible corridor to fight him, but managed to get him. Just then, the last hit I took, lightning damage. So where was that from? Insanity. But yeah, that was just a nice little thing that happened. A weird little, I guess, anomaly that I thought you guys might enjoy. So yeah, that's Tales from the Souls episode 1, because last week was episode 0. Tune in next week for some more weird shit. Ta-ra!